anime, technology, and ramen. These are three common things I hear when I ask people, what do they think of when they hear the word Japan? It is not unusual to think this way, but cute anime girls and technology is not all Japan has to offer. For me personally, I think the Japanese culture is what matters the most. The Japanese culture first piqued my interest when I was in middle school, and later on in high school, I joined the Japanese Learning Club. There, I was introduced to many Japanese customs, and one thing as a Japanophile, which is someone, I know it sounds weird, someone who loves the Japanese culture, was a beautiful Japanese kimono. And this is what you tie, the obi. By learning more about the kimono, I hope you will have a better understanding on the Japanese culture and in my culture. First, I will explain what role the Japanese kimono has in the Japanese culture and in the Japanophile culture. Then I will discuss how I identify myself with the Japanophile culture. The kimono represents in the Japanese culture its cultural growth, because before they didn't have any traditional clothing that set them apart from other countries. It was said that it was based on the Chinese traditional clothing, but it may be that they are similar, but I think the Japanese embedded their own culture into it and made it their own. And what it represents in the Japanophile culture, it's a little piece of Japan. It represents our respect, our love, and us wanting to understand more about the Japanese culture. The word kimono literally means things to wear, and it was first designed in the Heian period with the technique called the straight cut technique, which made it easy for anyone to wear. Like, your body shape did not matter. The kimono was good for any weather, and you may think that the colors and the patterns represent like nothing, but it actually represents many things, like who was your leader, what clan you're in, or what social status you are. I have just discussed what it means in the Japanophile culture and in the Japanese culture. Basically, I love the Japanese culture. Therefore, I am a Japanophile, which sounds weird. Why I like the culture? I mean, it's unique. I mean, why do they use chopsticks instead of forks? Right? That's weird. At first, I was rather embarrassed saying that I like Japanese culture, because people think, oh, it's an obsession. It's not. It's just an interest. I mean, I don't want to be stuck on my own culture. I mean, there's so many cultures in this world. Why only know one? And also, knowing more about other cultures brings peace. I have just discussed what the kimono means in the Japanese culture and in my culture. And I hope that you guys have a better understanding on the Japanese culture. Pablo Casals once said, Pablo Casals, a Spanish celloist who wrote the UN anthem for world peace, once said, loving your culture is splendid, but why should love stop at the border? This culture is just more than curiosity. It's about wanting to understand other cultures. It's about wanting to see whether wanting to see, despite the differences, different appearances, growing up in different places and being brought up differently, can we still learn to love other cultures?